You get up from the couch. Your dog gets up. You walk to the kitchen. Your dog walks to the kitchen. You go to the bathroom. And there they are, right outside the door, waiting, patient, completely unbothered by the fact that this is, by any reasonable measure, a private moment. If you have a dog, you know exactly what this is: the shadow, the four-legged presence that materializes beside you no matter where you go, no matter what time it is, no matter how uninteresting the destination. You've probably laughed about it, maybe even found it mildly inconvenient. But here's what dog psychology reveals. This behavior, this constant devoted following, is one of the most psychologically rich things your dog does. And understanding why they do it will change how you see every single moment they choose to be near you. Welcome to Dog Psychology. Today we're going to answer the question millions of dog owners have asked: why does my dog follow me absolutely everywhere? To understand why your dog follows you, we have to go back, far back, to the psychological architecture they inherited from their wolf ancestors. Wolves are pack animals, and in a pack, staying together is not a preference, it is survival. A wolf separated from its pack loses protection, loses hunting capability, loses warmth, loses everything. The instinct to stay close to the group is written into the canine nervous system at the deepest possible level. When dogs were domesticated, that instinct didn't disappear. It transferred. You became the pack. Your home became the territory, and your dog's ancient drive to stay close to their group, to never be left behind, to always know where the others are, now expresses itself as following you from the kitchen to the couch to the bathroom. It is not clinginess. It is not neediness. It is 10,000 years of evolutionary programming that says, stay near the ones you belong to. Stay near the ones who keep you safe. In human developmental psychology, there's a concept called the secure base. The idea that a child explores the world freely and confidently because they know they can always return to a safe, loving caregiver. In a landmark series of studies, researchers discovered that dogs display this exact same pattern with their owners. When a dog's owner is present, they explore more freely, show less anxiety, and recover faster from stressful situations. When the owner leaves, even briefly, the dog's stress response activates. When the owner returns, it resolves. Your dog doesn't just follow you because you're interesting. They follow you because you are their secure base, their anchor, the presence that makes the world feel manageable and safe. Think about what that means. In your dog's psychological reality, you are what home feels like. Not a place, not a routine, you specifically. And wherever you go, they want home to come with them. Here's something that might surprise you. To your dog, you are endlessly fascinating. Think about what your dog experiences when they follow you around. You are a walking, talking, constantly changing source of sensory information. Your scent shifts throughout the day, different when you've exercised, when you're stressed, when you've been near other animals, when you've cooked food. Your emotional state changes your voice, your posture, your movement patterns. Your daily activities involve smells, sounds, and textures that your dog finds genuinely compelling. Your dog is not just following you out of attachment. They are following you because you are, to them, the single most information-rich presence in their environment. Every time you move to a new room, something potentially interesting might happen. You might open the refrigerator. You might pick up the leash. You might sit down and invite them onto the couch. Your dog has learned, through thousands of repeated experiences, that where you go, good things tend to happen. You are not just their safe person. You are their source of everything that matters. We can talk about evolution and attachment theory and sensory information processing, but let's also say the simple thing. Your dog follows you because they love you. As we explored in our last video, we now know, neurologically, measurably, scientifically, that dogs experience genuine attachment and positive emotional states toward their owners. Their brains release oxytocin in your presence. Their reward circuits activate at your scent. They choose your company over food. When your dog gets up from a perfectly comfortable spot simply to follow you to another room and lie back down, they're not doing it for resources. They're not doing it out of habit. They are making a deliberate choice in every moment to be near you. That choice, repeated hundreds of times a day for the entirety of their life, is what love looks like in the language of a dog. Now, there's an important distinction to make. There is a difference between a dog who follows you because they love you and feel secure, and a dog who follows you because they are anxious and cannot self-regulate without your physical presence. The first type will follow you, settle nearby, and relax. They are content. They glance up occasionally to confirm you're there, then return to resting. Following is their default, but it doesn't consume them. The second type, sometimes called Velcro dogs, cannot stop tracking you. They pace if you leave the room. They cannot settle, cannot self-soothe, and when you're gone, they may bark, destroy things, or show signs of genuine psychological distress. This is separation anxiety, and it is not just inconvenient, it is suffering. The psychological root of separation anxiety is insecure attachment, a dog who never fully developed confidence in your return, who learned somewhere along the way that being alone is dangerous. If you've noticed that some dogs seem almost preternaturally attached, following every footstep with an intensity that borders on surveillance, breed psychology plays a significant role. Herding breeds, border collies, Australian shepherds, shelties, were developed over centuries to track and respond to human movement with extraordinary precision. Staying close and reading your body language was their literal job. In a domestic setting, that instinct becomes following you through the house with the focus of a working dog on duty. Velcro breeds like Vizslas, Weimaraners, and many toy breeds were specifically selected for close human companionship, sometimes sleeping in the beds of nobility. Their entire genetic history is one of being beside a person. Meanwhile, breeds developed for more independent work, sighthounds, some terriers, Nordic breeds, may follow less, not because they love you less, but because their psychological history emphasized self-direction over human tracking. But regardless of breed, the core truth remains. A dog who follows you has chosen to follow you, and that choice is never nothing. So what should you do with all of this? If your dog follows you in that calm, content way, padding after you to the kitchen, curling up near your desk, waiting by the door, the most important thing you can do is acknowledge it. Not with excessive fuss, just a glance, a soft word, a brief touch. You are confirming what they already feel. I see you. You are welcome here. You are safe. What you should avoid is two extremes. The first, getting frustrated or trying to force independence in ways that feel like rejection. Closing doors in your dog's face, repeatedly pushing them away, this can erode the very security that makes healthy following possible. The second extreme, inadvertently reinforcing anxiety by becoming distressed yourself when your dog follows obsessively, or making departures and returns overly dramatic. A calm, matter-of-fact response to both coming and going teaches your dog that your movement is not an event. It is simply life. The next time your dog materializes beside you, for the 14th time today in a room you only entered for 30 seconds, try to see it for what it is. An ancient instinct shaped over thousands of years that chose you as its expression. A nervous system that finds calm in your proximity. A brain that lights up at your scent. A heart, and yes, dogs have the neurological equivalent of one, that simply wants to be where you are. Your dog follows you because you are their pack, their safe base, their most fascinating subject, and the center of their world, all at once. That shadow at your heels is not an inconvenience.